Hello, minions! Munchmo back with more Kerbal Space Program, and here we are, looking at the tracking station. You'll see I've got Fuel Dump 1 still in orbit. However, I actually went and put another fuel dump in orbit around Jool. Off camera. And I'm glad that I did, too. Because it took forever to get it here. Like, I was fast-forwarding as fast as you can fast-forward, and it took absolutely forever to get it there. But as you can see, we are just outside the orbit of all of the moons of Jool. There are some really wonky orbits too. Look at that stuff. Kind of weird and messed up. But you know, it's there. And I'll probably put another one there off camera too, just because it takes so long to get here. So much fast forwarding. I mean, even with it fast forwarding as fast as I can fast forward, it still took like an hour or more of playing the game to get it there. It's crazy how long it takes to get to these outer planets. Oh, I forgot. I didn't really rotate. Zoom in. Anyway, sorry about that. I accidentally clicked outside of the game window, and when I do that, Fraps goes crazy. So, today we're going to go inside the VBF, VAB, that's it, yeah. VBFS. Okay, and, actually, no, first, I want to look at sciencey stuff. I'm pretty sure that sciencey stuff is here. Yeah, this is where sciencey stuff is. And I wanted... Oh, I want these, but they're not going to help me much. I wanted this thing, I think. One of these guys. But that's 300 science, and I've only got 30. So we're not going to do that. We're going to use the Stay Putnik for now. But I really wish I had that. Huh. Oh well, we're going to use the Stay Putnik. So, first thing I need to do is I need to design a probe that is going to go inside the atmosphere of, where's the utility? Of Jool. Can't land on it, since it's a gas giant, but we can go in there. So, I'm going to send an unmanned probe to do this for me, with all the goodies and stuff to get me that science. So, what am I looking for? We got this guy. He doesn't need a lot of power, so we could probably give him a tiny tank like that. Maybe one of these two. No, we don't care about those. What else we got here? Maybe a little bit bigger of a tank. Let's see what this thing can do. Tiny little engines. Let's see, what do we got for fuel efficiency? 300 there. This one's a tiny engine, 290. This one's got 1.5 thrust. This got 20 thrust. What about this guy? This guy has 290, 1.5 thrust. These are tiny thrusts, but this one's much more powerful. So we'll do this one at 4. Actually, you know what? Let's do this one at 3. We'll do a little threeper like that. But I realize I need some science on here. Gotta have the science. Oh. That thing's huge. Alright, forget this. We'll go for a regular size tank instead. Get 200. Nope, we'll go bigger. How about 400? There we go. Why not? This thing is a throwaway craft, so it doesn't really matter so much what we do. Not a lot of thrust. 20 thrust. That should be enough for this, hopefully, because we're not going to be doing a ton of weight. But yeah, okay. Ooh, that's... Oh, we probably want some mono propellant, too. And some spinny thrusters. We'll put those on in 4. Or is that our control over here? We'll do something like this. Yeah, like that. We don't need all 4 of these things. Although, is there a difference between one and the other? 100, 260, 100, 260, 254. Yeah, they're exactly the same. It's just these are single unidirectional. And then we need to throw on a tank. Okay, we need sciencey stuff again. We want an antenna here, communitron. We'll stick that right about. We only need 1 of those. We don't need 4. Boop. How about right on top of its head? That looks good. A little off center, but you know what? It's a little off center. I want to fix that. So there. How about there? That'll tell us which way is forward. Yeah, that works. Okay. And back here, we can put other sciencey doohickeys. We want the gravioli detector. We don't need seismic because we're not going to be landing anywhere. We want this guy here, and we want the barometer thingy because finally going to be in an atmosphere to barometerize. Huh? How about that? Uh-oh, I just realized that we have a slight problem with this guy. Where am I going to put this guy? Well, shucks. How much do these things weigh? 0.05, 0.05, 0.05, and this thing's 0.15. Huh. I don't know where to put this thing, but I'm going to just stick it right there. Probably going to imbalance it, but that's okay. It's not too important. And I'd also want an inline reaction wheel here. Like so. Okay, cool. So that should hopefully... Oh, wait, here. Let's take these dudes in their 4. Let's move them up here. Like that. Let's move this guy. Only one of them, please, and thank you. Take these guys down like so. This guy here down like so. And this guy here down. Oh my god, I only need one. Like so. Okay, cool. So that's our Jool probe, which is probably a lot more than we need it to be. Jool probe. Perfect. Just go ahead and save there. So my next step is to see what I can do about getting this thing up and out. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the fuel dump 1. Hopefully. There we go. Take the fuel dump 1. Take this entire craft. Watch, mind you. Turn it into a sub-assembly. So you grab it right here and go whoop and bam. Julian dispenser. I don't know. That sounds like a good name for it, right? And it's saving it. It's got a lot of friggin' parts. 375 parts. And it's probably not even going to work because I've had some issues with this. Even though somehow this has worked successfully before, this craft is just I don't know. It's got some issues. Jool probe. So now we're going to stick this thing on top of the Julian dispenser. Do. Let's lift this thing up even more as the Julian dispenser is enormous. Okay, I got it here. Oh, this working with such a large sub-assembly is a pain. Holy crap. And bang. There we go. So now this thing should be about ready for liftoff. Let's move it down some. Let's move it down some more. Oh, I totally forgot. We needed to grab this thing. Ah, no. Grab this thing. We need to put a separator on here. Rocco Max brand separatron thingy. Separatron separator. There. That way we'll still have a fuel dump going too. And stuff. And all that jazz. And these guys, what are you guys doing all the way down here? No. I hope my staging isn't totally borked. Oh, my staging is... Actually, my staging should be okay. Now, I've had some issues. I need to strut this thing up some more. Because I had some issues where, like, one of the tanks, just one tank, I don't know what was causing it, but a single tank was deciding it was going to disconnect and completely throw off the entire takeoff. After we disconnected the first stage, the other tanks would just drain at the wrong speed. But by adding struts here... should... Okay. Jool probe with dispenser. Okay. Hit that save button, and now this thing is ready to take off. Let's see if it works, shall we? Let's just hit that launch button. And if it does, I will show you the process of getting to Jool and all that, but I won't, make you sit for an hour with me to make this actually go. That would be so horrible. I would not do that to you, don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Alright, is it going to fall apart and blow up on the launch platform? Yep. See this right here? There's no strut connecting this one. So that tank technically is not part of the craft. See, we right-click on this one. This one is no longer attached to the craft. I don't know why that happens, but it's just... Oh, no. Okay, no. Both sides here. Okay. Holy crap, this one... Oh, there it goes. Okay, let's see if we can fix this thing. I don't know why it's doing this. Just add more struts, right? And it doesn't always work. But I'm going to add more struts. And it's hard because this thing is so symmetrical and kind of round. It's hard to know which way is which when it comes apart like that. So I'm just going to add even more struts. Gotta go like that. And we'll go like so. Like so. Like so. And hopefully this will be enough to make this thing work. Like so. Alright, let's hit that save button again and let's launch this puppy. At least now I know how to recognize the signs of my launcher falling to pieces. That's one of the best parts about it, you know? Okay, here we go. Is it going to stay together? And if it does, which part... Oh my gosh. It's actually staying together now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing in orbit, get ready to do our maneuvers and stuff, and I'll see you there. So I'll be back with you in a few. So I finally got this thing in orbit. Check a look. It actually took me a few tries because as it turns out that launch that I actually did failed because I didn't notice one of the tanks disconnected somehow. I don't know. And so the physics in this game is a little bit messed up. Luckily, with the upcoming patch, or DLC, or whatever you want to call it, the ARM stuff, it'll be taking care of it here. So this is what we've got up in orbit, along with our other fuel dump here. And now it's time to see about making a run at Jool over here. So to do that, what we want to do is we want to burn retrograde. No, not retrograde. Prograde with our orbit, as well as prograde with the planet we're around orbit of the sun. So we'll burn, it's right about there, and then we just need to burn. Add our maneuver here, and then we need to go until we get to somewhere around Jool's orbit. It's gonna be a long burn. Somewhere about there. Actually, we should probably set our target too. While we're at it, set as target. Okay. This puts us at a sort of like a 1 degree descending node as well. Oh, there we go. Hopefully some of these weird gripes people have with the game. There we go. Once we get a marker for our closest approach, which isn't going to be a whole much. Where is the thing going to be when we get there? It's going to be over here. We're going to be over here. So there's not going to be a whole lot we can do about that until we get out there. So next up, I want to see if we can adjust our nodes a little bit to make it just a little bit closer. What are we looking at? We're looking at 0.9, 0.7. Luckily, this will be a pretty good place to do this. 5, 3. Okay. 2, we might actually be able to get almost, I think 2 is about as good as it gets. We'll just bam like that. That's fine. Okay. So this is only going to be a 1-minute burn, but during that time we are going to probably end up losing the mainsails here. So we're going to start burning a little early because these nuclear engines don't have a lot of power. Luckily, with as far as we're going, it's going to take a lot. It's not going to have to be as precise as we want it to be. So I'm going to burn at about the 2-minute mark, I think, here. We got to get a lot of speed, too. So we got to get a little closer. I'm going to assume this is going to be like a 4 or 5-minute burn. So once we clear the planet here, so we're not burning at the planet. There we go, that should do. We'll just start our burn right about there. As hard as we can. Stay on target too. Luckily, we're also pretty close to the our orbital periapsis, which means we're going to be going as fast as we can go during this thing. Oh, yep, here goes these tanks. They're about to drop, and our maneuver is going to start taking a lot longer. Goodbye. And There you go, 5-minute burn. And this is just to get part of our orbit, not even our entire orbit, but only part of it to match up with Jool. And then from there, we got to get around there and actually make it match up with the rest of it and get an encounter and stuff. But I'm going to do this burn, get over there, show you the next step, and yeah, I'll be back with you in a while because this is going to take forever. So here we are near our apoapsis. And at this point we need to add a maneuver, which will get us an encounter with the planet. Now, there probably are better ways of doing this that I don't know about, but I just burn prograde until I get an encounter. Simple as that. Again, another really long burn. There may be ways to improve upon it. Plus, we're a little... Yeah, maybe if I do this... Oop, crap. If I do the burn... How close... Oh. Sooner... Actually, you know, it doesn't matter exactly when I burn. I just start burning prograde until... Yeah, I'm going to start burning right now. Burn prograde until I get where I'm going. But it's going to be a long burn, so I'm not going to make you guys watch that either. And I will see you once I'm nearing Jool. Holy crap, this is taking a long time. So I decided to take the fuel dump that was around Kerbal here. And let's go all the way out here to Jool. And we'll zoom in on Jool, and you'll see that I now have 2 fuel dumps. One in an inner orbit here, and then the one in the outer orbit. And the Jool probe is still here. We've got an encounter coming up in like a year or something. I don't even know. But I'm going to go ahead and go back, and now we're going to design our lander. Now, Jool's moons are mostly, you know, I think they're mostly low gravity, lower than Kerbal, but one of them has an atmosphere. And I want to go really light on lander mass. Like this thing, I think I think the Mark 1 lander can will probably be our best bet for a lander here. Not sure if we need an inline reaction wheel. Let's see. Let's throw in some fuel. I'm gonna go with the Rockomax 16. So I'm gonna go a lot heavier than I really should, probably. And we're gonna throw a parachute on top. We're gonna throw a heavy parachute. Big ol' Mark 16 XL. And let's go ahead and while we're at it, let's add this to custom 10. Boop. Deploy. Good. Okay. That way I don't forget about it. Now what we need is we need some science-y things. Since we're gonna be going to the... Oh. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that parachute. We're gonna put the nose cone on top since we're going into an atmosphere. So we'll do that for some science. We will throw out one of... Throw this guy here for our antenna. Plop down our little science modules here, and since we're going to be landing, we want all of them. Like so. We have our antenna. We're going to need one of these. Actually, we're going to need 3 of these and 3 of these, because we're going to want to do it around the planet, in the atmosphere, and on the ground. So we're going to go by 3s with our girders like this, like that. Yeah, I think that'll do. And then we will throw on some smaller tanks. Where's our smaller tank? Like a 400 maybe, kind of like so. I think that'll do. No, that's too big. Let's go with the 200s. 200s, 200, 200. There we go. So, like about there. And then we pop our science on top of it, like so. Yeah, so. Right? And then we put these guys on top of that. Like, no, let's see, can I get this thing to work? Like so. I don't like the location of these, though. I'm going to put this one in the back here, like that. Okay. That'll do. That way when we get down there, I can put a ladder. Ladder. Which one's the lightest ladder? 0.005, 0.005. They're just as good as one as the other. Like so. I only need one, though. I don't need 3. I think that'll do. We're going to need some landing legs here. This we'll definitely do in 3s. We're actually going to do more than 3. I'd like to get a few. Let's see if I gotta be, I want to be sort of precise with the landing legs here. This one needs to go up like that, and then one more right here should do. Never quite know what I'm going to be coming into here, so here we go. Okay, so there's our gear, and then I need an engine on these things. Boop, like so. Okay. Now we need power. So let's see, how much does this 005, 005, 005, 005. So for that, 005, 0, and that's 4 of them. So one of these will equal the amount of power that we've got, or the amount of weight, because we have 4 of these. They're all 005. We'll put 2 of these on, like so. Actually, you know what? 1 is good enough. 1 is good enough. Okay, and then what do we got here? How much do these things weigh? 0.25, 0.25. I think I like to go with these things. I don't know quite what the reasoning is behind the shield. I'm not sure what they do. But I think this might be a decent lander. Of course, we have to get our fuel lines out here. And it flows from the central tank to the outer tank. And then we need to add some struts for support. Like so. So it doesn't like fall apart. Like that. Except that is horrible placement. Horrible, horrible placement. Let's see what we can do here. Try that again. Here. About there. That'll do. That should do. Yeah, you know what? Screw that. We're going to do that differently. We're going to go from here to from here to there. And then from here to there. Am I doing this good enough? I don't know if this is quite right. I think, nope, this one's got to move. There we go, from there to there. Strut it up, get it stable. There we go, that's better. And I probably should do a strut from here to the bottom. So let's go in a bit. So we go here to right about, right about there. Okay, perfect. Now this thing is going to need to be able to attach to something, so we go over to the utility tab, and I want to get use of my big old Clampatron Senior. I need to rotate it, flip it over. Well, I'm not sure it matters which side is which. I think that's the right side. I hope that's the right side. So now I can take that and I can... Okay, that's the Julian Lander. Julian Lander. Save that. I think we've got everything we need on here. We have 3 of these. Got our antenna. We got our nose cone for atmosphere. Oh man, I forgot a nose cone for the unmanned probe. Damn it. Alright, well, You know what? This is good. I like this design. I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it is. This is not right. These legs are wrong. These legs are wrong. This one needs to move there, I think. Are they right now? Yeah, okay, now I think they're right. I hope they're right. Okay. Alright, I think that's good. I think this is our craft for visiting the moons of Jool. Unfortunately, this episode's running a little long. It's going to take me a long time to even get this thing out there. Plus, I still got to put it together with the rest of the craft and stuff. So, oh, you know what? Just to be safe, I'm going to throw a couple of parachutes on here as well. How much do those weigh? Okay, that's fine. I hope that doesn't imbalance things too much, but it should be okay. So, yeah, I'm going to get this thing out to Jool with the rest of the stuff, and I'll see you there in the next episode. Bye-bye.